Hormones and their roles. Hormones are signaling molecules that are produced by various glands in the body and help to regulate many aspects of physiological function. They play a crucial role in maintaining homeostasis, or the balance of various bodily functions, and are involved in processes such as growth and development, metabolism, and reproductive function. In this essay, we will explore the various types of hormones and their roles in the body. Types of hormones. There are several types of hormones, each with their own unique structure and function. The main types of hormones include peptide hormones. Peptide hormones are made up of amino acids and are produced by various glands such as the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and pancreas. Examples of peptide hormones include insulin, growth hormone, and oxytocin. Steroid hormones. Steroid hormones are derived from cholesterol and are produced by the gonads, testes and ovaries, and adrenal glands. Examples of steroid hormones include testosterone, estrogen, and cortisol. Amine hormones. Amine hormones are derived from the amino acid tyrosine and are produced by the thyroid gland and adrenal medulla. Examples of amine hormones include adrenaline and thyroxine. Fatty acid-derived hormones. Fatty acid-derived hormones are derived from lipids and are produced by various tissues in the body. Examples of fatty acid-derived hormones include prostaglandins and leukotrienes. Role of hormones. Hormones play a crucial role in many physiological processes in the body, including growth and development. Hormones such as growth hormone and thyroid hormone are involved in promoting growth and development in children and adolescents. Metabolism. Hormones such as insulin, glucagon, and thyroid hormone play a key role in regulating the body's metabolism. Insulin helps to lower blood glucose levels by promoting the uptake of glucose by cells, while glucagon helps to raise blood glucose levels by stimulating the breakdown of glycogen. Thyroid hormone helps to regulate the body's metabolic rate. Reproductive function. Hormones such as testosterone and estrogen are involved in the development and function of the male and female reproductive systems, respectively. Stress response. Hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline are involved in the body's response to stress. Cortisol helps to mobilize energy stores in the body to fuel the stress response, while adrenaline helps to increase heart rate and blood pressure. Water and electrolyte balance. Hormones such as aldosterone and antidiuretic hormone, AD, help to regulate the body's water and electrolyte balance. Hormones also play a key role in the regulation of the body's circadian rhythms, or the internal biological clock that helps to regulate sleep-wake cycles and other physiological processes. The hormone melatonin, produced by the pineal gland, helps to regulate the sleep-wake cycle by promoting sleepiness and preparing the body for rest. In addition to their role in regulating physiological processes, hormones can also be used therapeutically to treat a variety of conditions. For example, hormone replacement therapy, HRT, is used to treat symptoms of menopause in women by supplementing levels of estrogen and progesterone. Insulin therapy is used to treat diabetes by supplementing levels of insulin in the body. However, hormone therapy can also have potential risks and side effects. For example, long-term use of HRT has been associated with an increased risk of breast cancer and cardiovascular disease. Understanding the risks and benefits of hormone therapy is important for making informed treatment decisions. In addition to their role in regulating physiological processes, and as a therapeutic tool, hormones can also be used as biomarkers for various health conditions. For example, thyroid hormone levels can be used to diagnose and monitor thyroid disorders such as hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Elevated levels of cortisol can indicate the presence of a stress-related disorder such as Cushing's syndrome. Conclusion. In conclusion, hormones play a vital role in the regulation of many physiological processes in the body, including growth and development, metabolism, and reproductive function. Understanding the various types of hormones and their roles in the body is important for maintaining a healthy body and for developing effective treatments for hormonal imbalances and disorders. While hormone therapy can be a useful tool for treating various conditions, it is important to weigh the potential risks and benefits of such treatment. Another important aspect of hormones is their role in the regulation of mood and behavior. Hormones such as serotonin and dopamine are involved in the regulation of mood and reward. And imbalances in these hormones have been implicated in the development of mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. Additionally, hormones such as testosterone and estrogen have been shown to influence behavior in both men and women. Testosterone has been associated with increased aggression and risk-taking behavior, while estrogen has been associated with increased empathy and social behavior. Hormones also play a role in the regulation of immune function. For example, cytokines are signaling molecules that are involved in the immune response and are produced in response to infection or inflammation. Hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline can also impact immune function, and chronic stress has been shown to have negative impacts on immune function. Imbalances in hormones can lead to a variety of health conditions, including hormonal imbalances, infertility, and various endocrine disorders. For example, polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, is a condition that is characterized by hormonal imbalances and can lead to infertility and other health problems. Hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism are endocrine disorders that are caused by imbalances in thyroid hormone production and can lead to a variety of symptoms including weight gain or loss, fatigue, and mood changes. Hormones also play a key role in the development and progression of various cancers. For example, estrogen has been implicated in the development of breast cancer, and anti-estrogen therapies are commonly used to treat this condition. Testosterone has also been implicated in the development of prostate cancer, and anti-androgen therapies are used to treat this condition. Additionally, hormones can interact with other substances in the body, such as medications and dietary supplements. For example, certain medications can impact hormone levels and function, and should be used with caution in individuals with hormone-related conditions. Dietary supplements such as soy isoflavones and phytoestrogens can also impact hormone levels and should be used with caution in individuals with hormonal imbalances or conditions. Understanding the interactions between hormones and other substances is important for developing effective treatment plans and avoiding potential adverse effects. Furthermore, recent research has suggested that hormones may play a role in the aging process. As the body ages, hormone production can decrease, leading to a variety of symptoms such as decreased energy levels, decreased bone density, and decreased libido. Hormone replacement therapy may be used to treat these symptoms, but it is important to weigh the potential risks and benefits of such treatment. Hormones also play a role in the regulation of appetite and metabolism. Hormones such as leptin and ghrelin help to regulate hunger and satiety, and imbalances in these hormones have been implicated in the development of obesity and other metabolic disorders. Leptin, produced by fat cells, signals to the brain that the body has enough energy stores and suppresses appetite. An overview of genetics. Genetics is the study of how traits are passed down from one generation to the next. The field of genetics has made significant advancements over the past century, from the discovery of DNA as the genetic material to the development of gene editing technologies like CRISPR/Cas9. One of the fundamental principles of genetics is the inheritance of traits through the transmission of genes from parents to offspring. The process of inheritance occurs through the mechanisms of meiosis and fertilization, which result in the formation of gametes and the fusion of sperm and egg cells to form a zygote. The study of genetics encompasses a wide range of topics, including the structure and function of DNA and RNA. The process of gene expression and regulation, the role of genetic variation in evolution and disease, and the use of genetics in medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. The discovery of the structure of DNA in 1953 by Watson and Crick was a landmark moment in the history of genetics. This discovery provided the foundation for our understanding of the structure and function of genes, including how genetic information is stored, replicated, and expressed. The process of gene expression involves the translation of genetic information into proteins, which perform a wide range of functions in the body. Gene expression is regulated by a complex network of interactions between genes and other molecules, including RNA and proteins. The study of genetic variation is also a major area of research in genetics. Genetic variation can occur through mutations, genetic recombination, and epigenetic modifications, and can have significant effects on gene expression, protein function, and disease susceptibility. One of the most promising applications of genetics is in the field of personalized medicine. Genetic testing allows for the identification of genetic mutations and variations associated with disease risk, providing valuable information for diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. Additionally, gene therapy holds promise for the treatment of genetic diseases by correcting or suppressing the underlying genetic mutations. The study of genetics also has important applications in agriculture and biotechnology. The identification of genetic markers associated with desirable traits, such as disease resistance and yield, can be used to develop new crop varieties that are more productive and sustainable. Similarly, gene editing technologies like CRISPR/Cas9 have the potential to enhance desired traits in various fields, from agriculture to medicine. In conclusion, the field of genetics is a rapidly evolving area of research with broad implications for medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. The study of genetics encompasses a wide range of topics, including the structure and function of DNA. The process of gene expression and regulation, and the role of genetic variation in disease and evolution. Advances in genetic testing, gene therapy, and gene editing technologies hold promise for the diagnosis and treatment of genetic diseases, as well as for the development of new crop varieties and other biotechnologies. The continued study of genetics will undoubtedly lead to new discoveries and technologies that will shape the future of science and society. Furthermore, the study of genetics has important implications for our understanding of the genetics of complex traits and diseases. Many complex traits and diseases, such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, involve the interaction of multiple genes and environmental factors. The study of gene-environment interactions can provide insights into the interplay between genetic and environmental factors in the development of complex traits and diseases, informing the development of personalized medicine and interventions. Moreover, the study of genetics has important implications for our understanding of the genetics of behavior and cognition. Genetic variations have been identified that are associated with intelligence, personality traits, and mental health disorders such as schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Understanding the genetic basis of these complex traits can provide valuable insights into their underlying mechanisms and potential therapeutic targets. Additionally, the study of genetics has important implications for our understanding of the genetics of aging and longevity. Research has shown that genetic variations can influence the aging process and the risk of age-related diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Understanding the genetic basis of aging and age-related diseases can provide valuable insights into potential therapeutic targets and interventions for promoting healthy aging and extending lifespan. Furthermore, the study of genetics has important implications for our understanding of the genetics of infectious diseases. Genetic variations can affect an individual's susceptibility to infectious diseases, as well as their response to treatments and vaccines. Understanding the genetic basis of infectious diseases can inform the development of more effective treatments and vaccines, as well as strategies for preventing the spread of infectious diseases. Moreover, the study of genetics has important implications for our understanding of the genetics of addiction and substance use disorders. Genetic variations have been identified that are associated with an increased risk of addiction and substance use disorders. Providing insights into the underlying biological processes and potential targets for treatment. Lastly, the study of genetics has important implications for our understanding of the genetics of plant and animal domestication, as well as the conservation of biodiversity. The identification of genetic markers associated with desirable traits, such as disease resistance and yield, can inform breeding programs and the development of new crop varieties. Additionally, the study of genetic diversity can inform conservation efforts, helping to preserve unique populations and promote biodiversity. In conclusion, the study of genetics is a critical area of research with broad implications for medicine, genetics, and ecology. The study of genetics has contributed to our understanding of the mechanisms of inheritance, the structure and function of DNA and RNA, the process of gene expression and regulation, and the role of genetic variation in evolution and disease. Continued research in genetics will undoubtedly lead to new discoveries and technologies that will shape the future of medicine, agriculture, and conservation. Furthermore, the study of genetics has important implications for the study of human migration and population genetics. The analysis of genetic variation among different populations can provide insights into their ancestral origins and migration patterns. Additionally, the study of ancient DNA has allowed for the reconstruction of the genetic history of extinct human species, such as Neanderthals and Denisovan, providing valuable insights into the evolution of the human species. Moreover, the study of genetics has important implications for the field of forensics. DNA analysis has revolutionized the field of forensics, providing a powerful tool for the identification of suspects and the resolution of criminal cases. DNA analysis has also been used in the identification of human remains, providing closure to families and loved ones of missing persons. Additionally, the study of genetics has important ethical considerations. The development of gene editing technologies like CRISPR/Cas9 has raised important ethical questions regarding the use of these technologies for purposes such as enhancement or eugenics. The use of genetic information for insurance or employment purposes also raises concerns about privacy and discrimination. Furthermore, the study of genetics has important implications for the understanding and treatment of rare diseases. Many rare diseases are caused by genetic mutations, and the identification of these mutations can provide valuable insights into the underlying biological processes and potential therapeutic targets. Many rare diseases are caused by genetic mutations, and the identification of these mutations can provide valuable insights into the underlying biological processes and potential therapeutic targets. Interactions between organisms and the environment. The interactions between living organisms and their environment are complex and dynamic. These interactions can take many forms, from predator-prey relationships to symbiotic partnerships. In this essay, we will explore the various types of interactions between living organisms and their environment, and how these interactions impact both the organisms and the environment. Predator-prey relationships. One of the most well-known types of interaction between living organisms and their environment is predator-prey relationships. In these relationships, predators hunt and kill prey for food. This interaction is crucial in maintaining the balance of ecosystems, as it regulates the populations of both predators and prey. Predator-prey relationships can also have other effects on the environment. For example, predators can alter the behavior of their prey, which can affect the behavior of other organisms in the ecosystem. This can create a ripple effect throughout the ecosystem, influencing the abundance and distribution of other species. Symbiotic relationships. Symbiotic relationships are another important type of interaction between living organisms and their environment. In these relationships, two or more organisms live together in a mutually beneficial partnership. There are several types of symbiotic relationships, including mutualism, both organisms benefit from the relationship. For example, bees and flowers have a mutualistic relationship, with bees pollinating flowers and flowers providing nectar for the bees. Commensalism, one organism benefits from the relationship, while the other is unaffected. For example, remoras attach themselves to sharks and benefit from the shark's movements, while the shark is unaffected. Parasitism, one organism benefits from the relationship at the expense of the other. For example, ticks feed on the blood of animals and can transmit diseases, while the animals are harmed by the tick infestation. Symbiotic relationships are important in maintaining the balance of ecosystems and can have a significant impact on the environment. For example, coral reefs are highly diverse ecosystems that rely on symbiotic relationships between coral polyps and algae. The algae provide energy for the coral polyps through photosynthesis, while the coral polyps provide shelter and nutrients for the algae. Human impact on the environment. Human activities can have a significant impact on the interactions between living organisms and their environment. For example, deforestation can disrupt predator-prey relationships by altering the habitat of certain species. Pollution can also disrupt the balance of ecosystems, affecting the health and survival of both plants and animals. Climate change is another major threat to the interactions between living organisms and their environment. Rising temperatures and changing weather patterns can alter the behavior and distribution of species, causing some to migrate to new areas or go extinct. This can have a cascading effect throughout ecosystems, impacting the abundance and distribution of other species. In addition to the types of interactions mentioned above, there are other important types of interactions that occur between living organisms and their environment. For example, competition is a common interaction that occurs between organisms that require the same resources. This can lead to natural selection, as the organisms that are best adapted to their environment are more likely to survive and reproduce. Another important type of interaction is predation, in which one organism, the predator, feeds on another organism, the prey. This can have a significant impact on the population dynamics of both the predator and the prey, as well as other species in the ecosystem. For example, the reintroduction of wolves to Yellowstone National Park in the 1990s had a cascading effect on the ecosystem. As the wolves hunted deer and elk, which led to changes in vegetation and increased biodiversity. Mutualism is another important type of interaction between living organisms and their environment. In mutualistic relationships, both organisms benefit from the interaction. For example, certain species of ants protect and cultivate aphids, which provide them with a source of food. Human impact on the environment is also a significant factor in the interactions between living organisms and their environment. Climate change, habitat destruction, and pollution are all examples of human activities that can disrupt the balance of ecosystems and have a negative impact on the health and survival of species. It is important for us to understand these impacts and take steps to mitigate them in order to protect the health of our planet. Conclusion. In conclusion, the interactions between living organisms and their environment are complex and multifaceted. From predator-prey relationships to symbiotic partnerships, these interactions shape the diversity and complexity of life on Earth. It is important for us to understand these interactions and the impacts of human activities on the environment. In order to develop strategies to protect and preserve the health of our planet for future generations. Another important type of interaction between living organisms and their environment is parasitism. In parasitic relationships, one organism, the parasite, benefits at the expense of the other organism, the host. Parasites can have a significant impact on the health and survival of their hosts, and can also impact the population dynamics of other species in the ecosystem. For example, parasitic infections can lead to reduced growth and reproduction in their hosts, which can in turn impact the abundance and distribution of other species that rely on the host as a food source. Commensalism is another type of interaction between living organisms and their environment. In commensalistic relationships, one organism benefits from the interaction while the other is unaffected. For example, certain species of birds nest in trees and benefit from the protection and shelter provided by the tree, while the tree is unaffected. Interactions between living organisms and their environment can also have important implications for human health. For example, zoonotic diseases, diseases that are transmitted from animals to humans, can have a significant impact on human health and can also impact the health and survival of other species in the ecosystem. For example, the Ebola virus is believed to have originated in bats and can be transmitted to humans through contact with infected animals. Human impact on the environment can also have significant implications for the interactions between living organisms and their environment. For example, the destruction of natural habitats can disrupt the balance of ecosystems and lead to declines in biodiversity. Pollution can also have a significant impact on the health and survival of species, as well as on the quality of the air, water, and soil. One important aspect of the interactions between living organisms and their environment is the concept of ecological niches. An ecological niche is the role or position that a species plays within an ecosystem, including its interactions with other species and the environment. Metabolic processes in the body. Metabolism is the set of chemical reactions that occur within the cells of living organisms. These reactions are essential for maintaining the functions of the body and for producing energy to fuel our daily activities. In this essay, we will explore the various processes involved in metabolism and how they contribute to the functioning of the human body. Digestion and absorption. The first step in metabolism is digestion and absorption. This process begins in the mouth, where enzymes in saliva begin to break down food into smaller molecules. The food then travels down the esophagus and into the stomach, where it is further broken down by stomach acid and enzymes. From the stomach, the food enters the small intestine, where enzymes from the pancreas and liver break down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins into smaller molecules that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Absorption of these molecules occurs primarily in the small intestine, where nutrients are absorbed through the lining of the intestinal walls and transported to the liver via the portal vein. The liver then processes these nutrients and distributes them to the rest of the body. Glycolysis and cellular respiration. Once the nutrients have been absorbed into the bloodstream, they are transported to the cells of the body, where they can be used to produce energy. The first step in this process is glycolysis, in which glucose is converted into pyruvate. This process occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell and does not require oxygen. The next step is cellular respiration, which occurs in the mitochondria of the cell. In this process, pyruvate is further broken down into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released in the form of ATP. Cellular respiration requires oxygen, and the amount of ATP produced depends on the availability of oxygen. Anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism and catabolism are two important processes involved in metabolism. Anabolism is the process by which the body builds complex molecules from simpler molecules. This process requires energy and includes processes such as protein synthesis and the formation of glycogen. Catabolism, on the other hand, is the process by which the body breaks down complex molecules into simpler molecules. This process releases energy and includes processes such as glycolysis and cellular respiration. Both anabolism and catabolism are important for maintaining the functions of the body and for producing energy. They work together to ensure that the body has the nutrients and energy it needs to function properly. One important aspect of metabolism is the regulation of energy balance. Energy balance refers to the relationship between the amount of energy consumed through food and the amount of energy expended through physical activity and other processes such as basal metabolism, the energy required to maintain basic bodily functions. If energy intake exceeds energy expenditure, the excess energy is stored in the body as fat, which can lead to weight gain and obesity. On the other hand, if energy expenditure exceeds energy intake, the body will use stored energy, in the form of glycogen and fat, to fuel physical activity and other processes. The regulation of energy balance is a complex process that involves a variety of hormones and neurotransmitters, including insulin, leptin, ghrelin, and neuropeptide Y. These hormones and neurotransmitters signal the brain to either increase or decrease appetite, and also affect the rate at which the body uses stored energy. Another important aspect of metabolism is the metabolism of drugs and toxins. The liver plays a key role in metabolizing drugs and toxins, breaking them down into less harmful substances that can be excreted from the body. However, some drugs and toxins can be harmful to the liver itself, leading to liver damage and dysfunction. The metabolism of drugs can also impact their effectiveness and potential side effects. Some drugs are metabolized more quickly or slowly in certain individuals, which can impact their therapeutic effects and potential side effects. Understanding these metabolic differences is important for developing personalized treatment plans for individuals. One key aspect of metabolism that is important to understand is the role of enzymes. Enzymes are proteins that act as catalysts for the chemical reactions involved in metabolism. They speed up these reactions by lowering the activation energy required for them to occur. In conclusion, metabolism is a complex set of processes that are essential for maintaining the functions of the body and for producing energy. Hormones, diet, and exercise are all important factors that can influence metabolism and overall health. Understanding the role of these factors in metabolism is important for maintaining a healthy body and for developing strategies to address metabolic disorders such as obesity, diabetes, and thyroid disorders. Enzymes play a vital role in the breakdown of complex molecules into simpler molecules during catabolism, as well as the synthesis of complex molecules during anabolism. Without enzymes, these processes would occur too slowly to support the functions of the body. Enzymes are also subject to regulation, both by the body's own internal signals and by external factors such as the presence of inhibitors or activators. For example, hormones such as insulin and glucagon regulate the activity of enzymes involved in the metabolism of glucose. In addition to enzymes, another important aspect of metabolism is the role of vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are essential nutrients that play a variety of roles in metabolism. For example, B vitamins are important cofactors for many enzymes involved in the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Iron is a mineral that is required for the formation of hemoglobin, which is essential for the transport of oxygen in the blood. Deficiencies in vitamins and minerals can have significant impacts on metabolism and overall health. For example, a deficiency in vitamin B12 can lead to anemia and nerve damage, while a deficiency in iron can lead to anemia and impaired cognitive function. Another important aspect of metabolism is the role of hormones. Hormones are signaling molecules that are produced by various glands in the body and help to regulate many aspects of metabolism, including energy balance, growth and development, and reproductive function. Insulin and glucagon are two hormones that play a key role in regulating energy balance. Insulin is produced by the pancreas and helps to lower blood glucose levels by promoting the uptake of glucose by cells and the storage of excess glucose as glycogen. Glucagon, on the other hand, is also produced by the pancreas and helps to raise blood glucose levels by stimulating the breakdown of glycogen and the release of glucose into the bloodstream. Evolution of species. Evolution is the process by which species change over time through the mechanisms of natural selection, genetic drift, and mutation. The study of evolution is a fundamental area of research in biology, with important implications for our understanding of the origins and diversity of life on Earth. The theory of evolution by natural selection was first proposed by Charles Darwin in 1859. Darwin observed that species vary in their traits, and that some traits are better suited for survival in a given environment. He proposed that individuals with traits that are better adapted to their environment are more likely to survive and reproduce, passing on their advantageous traits to their offspring. Over time, this process can lead to the evolution of new species. One of the key mechanisms of evolution is genetic variation. Genetic variation can occur through mutations, genetic recombination, and epigenetic modifications, and can have significant effects on the traits and fitness of individuals. Natural selection acts on this genetic variation, favoring individuals with traits that increase their likelihood of survival and reproduction. Another mechanism of evolution is genetic drift, which is the random fluctuation of allele frequencies in a population. Genetic drift can have significant effects on small populations, leading to the loss of genetic variation and potentially the fixation of deleterious alleles. The study of fossils also provides important insights into the evolution of species. Fossils are the preserved remains of organisms that lived in the past, and can provide valuable information about the anatomy, behavior, and diversity of ancient species. Moreover, the study of molecular genetics has revolutionized the study of evolution, allowing for the reconstruction of evolutionary relationships between species and the identification of genetic changes that underlie the evolution of traits. The study of evolution has important implications for many areas of research, including medicine, conservation biology, and agriculture. Understanding the genetic basis of adaptation can inform the development of new therapies for human diseases, as well as strategies for preserving endangered species and developing new crop varieties. Moreover, the study of evolution has important philosophical and societal implications. The theory of evolution challenges traditional notions of creationism and intelligent design, and has played a significant role in shaping our understanding of the origins and diversity of life on Earth. Evolutionary theory also has important implications for our understanding of human behavior and society, providing insights into the origins of our social and cultural systems. In conclusion, the study of evolution is a critical area of research with broad implications for biology, medicine, and society. The mechanisms of evolution, including natural selection, genetic drift, and mutation, provide insights into the diversity and adaptation of species over time. The study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the origins and diversity of life on Earth, as well as for the development of new therapies and conservation strategies. Continued research in evolution will undoubtedly lead to new discoveries and insights that will shape our understanding of the natural world and our place within it. Furthermore, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the history of life on Earth. The fossil record provides evidence for the evolution of life on Earth, from the earliest single-celled organisms to the diverse array of plants, animals, and fungi that exist today. The study of evolutionary relationships between species can provide insights into the origins of major groups of organisms and the evolutionary transitions between them. Moreover, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of biogeography, or the distribution of species across geographic regions. Evolutionary processes, including speciation and adaptation, play a critical role in shaping the distribution and diversity of life on Earth. The study of biogeography can provide insights into the factors that influence the distribution and diversification of species. as well as the processes that have led to the formation of distinct biotic regions or biomes. Additionally, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the history of human evolution. Fossil and molecular evidence have provided insights into the evolution of the human lineage, including the origins of bipedalism, the evolution of larger brains, and the development of language and culture. The study of human evolution can also provide insights into the genetic and cultural diversity of modern human populations, as well as the origins and impacts of human diseases. Furthermore, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the processes that drive and maintain biodiversity. The processes of speciation and extinction play a critical role in shaping patterns of biodiversity across the globe. The study of biodiversity can provide insights into the factors that influence the distribution and diversity of species, as well as the mechanisms that allow for the coexistence of multiple species in the same habitat. Moreover, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of ecological interactions between species. The coevolution of species, or the reciprocal adaptations that occur between interacting species, can have significant effects on the ecology and evolution of those species. The study of coevolution can provide insights into the ecological and evolutionary dynamics of predator-prey interactions, mutualisms, and other types of ecological relationships. In conclusion, the study of evolution is a critical area of research with broad implications for biology, ecology, and society. The mechanisms of evolution, including natural selection, genetic drift, and mutation, provide insights into the diversity and adaptation of species over time. The study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the history of life on Earth. The distribution and diversification of species, the origins and impacts of human evolution, the processes that drive and maintain biodiversity, and the ecological interactions between species. Continued research in evolution will undoubtedly lead to new discoveries and insights that will shape our understanding of the natural world and our place within it. Additionally, the study of evolution has important implications for the conservation of biodiversity and the management of natural resources. Understanding the evolutionary relationships between species can inform conservation strategies, such as the identification of priority areas for conservation and the development of breeding programs for endangered species. The study of evolution can also provide insights into the potential impacts of climate change and other environmental stressors on the survival and adaptation of species. Furthermore, the study of evolution has important implications for the development of new technologies and applications in biotechnology. Evolutionary principles have been applied in fields such as synthetic biology, protein engineering, and bioinformatics, providing new tools for the development of novel products and technologies. Moreover, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the role of microbial communities in ecology and evolution. Microbial communities play a critical role in many ecological processes, from nutrient cycling to disease transmission. The study of microbial evolution can provide insights into the mechanisms that govern the interactions between microbes and their hosts, as well as the evolutionary dynamics of microbial communities. Additionally, the study of evolution has important implications for our understanding of the origins and diversity of life beyond Earth. The study of astrobiology, or the search for life in the universe, relies on an understanding of the conditions and processes that have led to the emergence and evolution of life on Earth. Evolutionary principles can inform the search for life beyond Earth, providing insights into the potential adaptations and strategies that extraterrestrial life may have developed. The difference between animals and plants. The distinction between animals and plants is one of the most fundamental divisions in biology. Reflecting the differences in their morphology, physiology, and life histories. While both animals and plants are eukaryotic organisms that share many basic cellular processes, there are several key differences that distinguish these two major groups of organisms. One of the most obvious differences between animals and plants is their mode of nutrition. Animals are heterotrophic organisms that obtain their nutrients by consuming other organisms or organic matter. In contrast, plants are autotrophic organisms that synthesize their own food through photosynthesis. This fundamental difference in nutrition has profound implications for the structure and function of these two groups of organisms. Another key difference between animals and plants is their morphology. Animals are characterized by their ability to move and their complex body plans, which often include specialized organs and systems for respiration, digestion, circulation, and nervous coordination. In contrast, plants are sessile organisms that typically have simple body plans and lack specialized organs for most physiological functions. Instead, plants have evolved a variety of specialized structures, such as roots, stems, leaves, and flowers, that enable them to efficiently obtain and transport water, nutrients, and energy. Another important difference between animals and plants is their life histories. Animals typically have shorter lifespans and faster rates of reproduction, while plants have longer lifespans and slower rates of reproduction. This reflects the different selective pressures that these organisms face, as animals must often compete for limited resources and avoid predation, while plants must adapt to changing environmental conditions and reproduce over longer periods of time. Moreover, animals and plants differ in their response to environmental stressors. Animals are typically more sensitive to environmental stressors, such as changes in temperature or food availability, and often have limited capacity for physiological adaptation. In contrast, plants have evolved a variety of mechanisms for coping with environmental stressors, such as the ability to alter their growth and development in response to changes in light, water, or nutrients. Another important difference between animals and plants is their reproductive strategies. Animals typically reproduce sexually, with the fusion of gametes from two different individuals, while plants have a range of reproductive strategies, including sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, and self-fertilization. This reflects the different selective pressures that these organisms face, as animals must often invest significant resources in finding and attracting mates, while plants must adapt to a range of environmental conditions and often have limited opportunities for cross-fertilization. In conclusion, while animals and plants share many basic cellular processes and are both essential components of ecosystems, there are several key differences that distinguish these two major groups of organisms. The fundamental differences in their mode of nutrition, morphology, life histories, response to environmental stressors, and reproductive strategies reflect the different selective pressures that these organisms face and highlight the remarkable diversity of life on Earth. The study of these differences has important implications for our understanding of the ecology, evolution, and conservation of these two major groups of organisms, as well as for the development of new technologies and applications in agriculture, biotechnology, and medicine. Another important difference between animals and plants is their cell structure. While both animals and plants are eukaryotic organisms, plant cells have several unique features that distinguish them from animal cells. One of the most notable differences is the presence of a cell wall in plant cells, which provides structural support and protection against mechanical stress and pathogens. In addition, plant cells contain large, membrane-bound organelles called chloroplasts, which are responsible for photosynthesis and the synthesis of organic compounds. Furthermore, animals and plants differ in their response to external stimuli. Animals have evolved a range of sensory organs, such as eyes, ears, and olfactory receptors, that enable them to detect and respond to changes in their environment. In contrast, plants have a more limited capacity for sensory perception, but have evolved a variety of mechanisms for detecting and responding to environmental stimuli, such as changes in light, temperature, humidity, and chemical signals. Moreover, animals and plants differ in their social behavior. Animals, particularly mammals and birds, often exhibit complex social behavior, such as parental care, cooperation, and communication, that allows them to thrive in groups and respond to environmental challenges. In contrast, plants generally have more limited social behavior, but have evolved a variety of mechanisms for communication and cooperation, such as the sharing of resources and the transmission of chemical signals. Another important difference between animals and plants is their impact on ecosystems. While both animals and plants are essential components of ecosystems, they have different roles and ecological impacts. Animals play important roles in nutrient cycling, seed dispersal, and pollination, and are often key components of food webs and ecological networks. Plants, on the other hand, are primary producers that form the basis of most terrestrial ecosystems, and play critical roles in carbon sequestration, soil formation, and water cycling. In conclusion, the differences between animals and plants reflect their distinct evolutionary histories and adaptations to different selective pressures. The differences in their cell structure, mode of nutrition, morphology, life histories, response to environmental stimuli, social behavior, and ecological impacts highlight the remarkable diversity of life on Earth and the importance of understanding the biology of these two major groups of organisms. The study of these differences has important implications for our understanding of the ecology, evolution, and conservation of these organisms, as well as for the development of new technologies and applications in agriculture, biotechnology, and medicine. Additionally, animals and plants differ in their ability to adapt to changing environmental conditions. Animals are often highly specialized for particular environmental niches, and may have limited capacity for physiological or behavioral adaptation to changes in their environment. In contrast, plants have evolved a variety of mechanisms for coping with environmental stressors, such as the ability to alter their growth and development in response to changes in light, water, or nutrients, or to enter into dormancy in response to adverse conditions. Furthermore, animals and plants differ in their response to climate change. Climate change has the potential to disrupt ecological communities and alter the distribution and abundance of species. Animals may respond to changing climatic conditions by shifting their geographic ranges, altering their behaviors or diets, or adapting to new environmental conditions.